Merganser Drive in reference to a man who said that he wanted to kill himself. When our deputies arrived at the residence, they were let in by the man's mother, and then once inside, the man came out of a bedroom holding a knife. Our deputies gave the man several commands to drop the knife. The man refused, and our deputies retreated and continued to give the man several commands to drop the knife. The man still refused to comply, continued to advance towards the deputies. Our deputies exited the residence, and the man continued to walk towards the deputies with the knife, again refusing several commands to drop the knife. It's at that point our deputies discharged their service weapons and struck the man several times. They rendered aid, and he was transported to the hospital, and he is currently in surgery right now. There is body-worn camera footage of the incident, which I have reviewed. We will release that footage within 30 days as per our policy. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is here and will conduct the investigation. They will turn their findings over to the State Attorney's Office. Once the State Attorney's Office has concluded their review, we will do our own internal investigation. So happy to take any questions, but that's all the information we have right now. It's very preliminary in the investigation.
Did this man say anything to the deputies during their interaction?
No, he didn't say anything. He just kept advancing towards the deputies holding that knife. Our deputies continued to retreat backwards, giving him commands to drop the knife, and he still refused those commands to drop the knife.
Would you classify this as suicide by cop?
It could be. It is still early in the investigation. Based on the video that I saw, the man was just walking towards the deputies with that knife and refused to comply with the commands. Our deputies did a good job. They retreated even back out of the house, and the man still came at them with the knife. So it really left them no choice.
Is there any body cam footage that was released?
Yes, correct. We do have body cam footage of the incident. We'll release that within 30 days.
So coming face to face with a deadly weapon like a knife, it really sounds like your deputies did everything that they could do in this situation.
Yeah, and our deputies did give the man numerous opportunities to drop the knife. And in fact, our deputies retreated backwards and retreated outside of the house, and the man continued to advance towards them with the knife. So, they have to defend themselves, and really the mother who was in the house as well.
Sheriff, that's a pretty big scene. Why is it so large, the scene back there?
So, in any crime scene, we want to ensure that that it's all cordoned off, that people aren't entering the crime scene and disturbing evidence. We do that with all different scenes of critical incidents, and we just want to preserve all the evidence and the scene as it is. So that's pretty standard.
How many deputies discharged their weapons at tonight's scene?
So there were 2 deputies that discharged their service weapons.
Everybody good? Sheriff, do you want to mention the 911 call?
Yeah, so there was a 911 call, and the man did say that he wanted to harm himself, and that's why we responded to the residents.
And what time was dispatch?
Around 5 p.m. this evening.
Is it often that the Orange County Sheriff's Office has to deal with these types of situations, and is it rare that they get to this level of escalation?
That's correct. So we respond to a little over 3,000 calls for service involving people who are in mental crisis, and very rarely do they end in this type of ending where we have to use force. Many times the person is given the services they need, the situation is de-escalated. So this is a very few and far between, a very rare situation.
Does the Sheriff's Office have a mental health advocacy division?
Yes, so we have a behavioral response unit which pairs a deputy and a clinician together, and many times they respond to these types of incidents.
In this case, were they dispatched together?
No, so in this case there was not a deputy and a clinician dispatched together because they weren't on duty.